Kinfolk. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of Key to the City podcast. It's your favorite Kinfolk, Keone G, aka Mr. Key to the City. And we back, big dog. I appreciate everybody that's been liking, sharing, commenting, whatever you've been doing to spread the word about the podcast. I sure appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that voted us as a finalist for Best of Jackson, man. 2022. We sure appreciate y'all. You ain't had to do it, but you did. Hey, like I say, we just gonna try to remain consistent like we always been doing and keep hitting you in your head every week with quality content. This episode is no different. Y'all know I'm always trying to throw some educational tips out there, or at least have the experts on the platform to help us out with that, to better our physical, our mental, our spiritual, all that. We try to hit on all those topics. And the gentleman I have with me today is gonna help us out with our physical a little bit. You underdig that? He is the COO and founder of Herbal Blessings, which is a herb and metaphysical shop, as well as Meals That Heal, 100% plant-based restaurant here in the Farish District in Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to find out more about that. See what really inspired him to get on this journey. You dig that? And much more. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the city. My kinfolk, Eric T. Collins. What's going on, big dog?
Appreciate you, man.
Yes,
appreciate
sir. Glad to have you. How your day going?
Man, look, I woke up this morning, bro. I can't get no better than that. You know
bro, that blessing is so underrated this day and age with everything that's going on.
Yeah,
definitely a blessing to wake up, man. And we glad to have you on our platform, bro. You're doing a lot of positive things for humans in general. I want to know a little bit about your background first before we get into that. Where you originally from?
Man, I grew up in Jackson and Shady Oaks.
Shady Oaks, represent us. Okay. And we don't see a lot of black brothers on that health path, you know, especially trying to establish a business behind it and help others. Like, was this something that you knew you were going to do at a young age, or was health just a passion of yours, or what do you think was the catalyst behind you going on this journey?
Well, man, when I think back to G.N. Smith, man, you know, when they ask you what you gonna do, what you want to be when you grow up, and I remember I said I wanted to be a doctor. You know what I mean?
Right.
But as I got older, man, I got to go in school being a knucklehead. You know, I was like, man, I ain't going to school for all them years.
Right.
But as I got older, man, I was 34 years old, 41 now, and I had high blood pressure and diabetes.
Wow.
And I was 60 pounds overweight. I had digestive issues too. And so I used to work for a place called Siemens, and everybody there, man, had some sort of illness, ailment that they were dealing with. So it was like, man, I literally could see myself being in that place for the next 25, 30 years, and then going down that same path if they were. And I decided that wasn't what I wanted. And so I went and saw Dr. Sebi in Atlanta.
You met him?
I didn't get a chance to meet him, but I did see him on stage. You know what I mean?
Wow, okay.
And it changed my life, man. I came back, I was on fire with doing my own herbal detoxing. I did a 21-day plant-based fast with wild detoxing. And it went well. But afterwards, I decided I was going to reward myself with a pizza from the Pizza Shack, a Meat Lovers pizza. Man, I ate that pizza, man. I was sick for 4 days, bro.
Yeah.
And so it was like a light bulb that, you know, went off in my head. It was like, man, you can't be putting this stuff in your body. This is stuff that's making you sick. So, you know, from there, I just continued to be consistent with my diet and taking the herbal blends, and I reversed my condition. And, no longer taking no medications. I lost the weight. You know, and I use myself as an example, and people want to know what I was doing. So as I was playing with herbs at home, I started learning and, you know, teaching myself how to mix them, you know, learning the primary herbs and secondary herbs and things of that sort. And, I mean, you know, with my city, I love my city.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was no place like Herbal Blessings. There was no place you can get herbs from, you know what I mean? Rainbow had closed down, you know what I mean? That's where we used to go get our herbs from. And so I decided to invest in it, you know, because it was needed for the city of Jackson and the people.
And I don't really want to get too much on the spiritual tip, but it kind of leads into like my other question. Do you believe that humans were already placed here with all the herbs and vegetables and vitamins that we need naturally to survive, and that we kind of, in a means to make money and kind of preserve and prolong the process, we've added all these other elements that have made us sick? So how can we motivate the public to get back to that natural state? Because one thing I be concerned about is, but you seem like a pretty healthy built brother, like losing muscle mass or losing weight based off of me not eating meat or something like that. But break it down for us.
So yeah, first off, I do believe that the even the Bible speaks. It says that, you know, if you're a Bible reader or religious, however, you know, the Bible says that the leaves are for the healing of the nation, right? Yeah, the vegetables, the plants, they're made of the same things that we're made of, right? Which means that it's easier for us to consume them as well as digest them and absorb the minerals and the nutrients that they retain. But what happens is when we start to consume a diet, they call it the standard American diet, and if you break it down, the abbreviation is SAD, sad, you know, because it's a real sad diet when it comes to maintaining health and wellness within the body. It's mineral deficient, it's fiber deficient, it's full of chemicals, you know, toxins, all type of stuff, preservatives that cause hormone imbalances within the body and chemical imbalances within the body as well. So when we get away from eating those whole foods, you know what I mean, foods that come from the earth, foods from the creator, foods that our digestive system can easily break down and we can absorb, then of course when you're eating these type of foods, it's going to make you sick. And it not only affects your physical health, it affects your mental health, it affects your spiritual health as well, because we operate on vibrations, you know what I mean? So if you consume a low vibration food, then of course you're going to be depressed, of course you're going to be having anxiety, of course you're not going to be feeling like you have enough energy to go to work out. So if you don't have enough energy to go to work out, then you're going to be sitting at home gaining weight, you know what I mean? And so it's sad to say, but you know, corporations right now have done their research on us, and so of course they know that they can show us this type of food on television, make it real shiny, regardless if, you know, you got people right now hype up about Taco Bell chicken wings, right?
Right.
And we running behind it to get it, right?
Yeah.
We lining up to get it, but we don't understand that that's an addiction. You know, we're addicted to these foods, and because these foods cause parasites and they feed parasites in the body, right? Those parasites are what actually are making us be addicted to it. And so, you know, it's a lot, man, when it comes to, you know, consuming the right foods and then getting yourself to a point where you say, no, I don't want to consume these foods. But why would you do it if you don't know that there's something wrong? But the question is, are you tired of being sick? Are you tired of taking medications? You know what I'm saying? Are you tired of making the same old decisions that keep on making you feel bad? Are you tired of waking up feeling like you just went to sleep and you did go to sleep, but you ain't got no energy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself that question. You have to have a strong enough why on why you would change your diet, or why you would even go plant-based, or why you would try herbal medicines when you're trying chemical meds. Like, ask yourself, why would you do it, and what do you have to lose?
Well, how do you feel about lactose, man? Like, I don't think, for one, it tears me up. I can't do it. Do you agree with milk at all? Like,
I totally disagree with milk, and I'll tell you why. So, milk comes from a cow, correct?
right.
Your mom, she began to produce milk when you were
Yeah.
born, right? Even before you were born, her mammary glands started to, you know, get into formation so that she can produce milk, so that she can feed and nourish you, right? So that she can get you to have a strong enough immune system so that you can grow. But a cow does the same thing for the baby cow. It has baby cow growth hormones in it. You know what I mean? It has all type of pus and blood and stuff in it. Sometimes even feces, right? And that cow drinks mama's milk so that it can grow, so that it can be strong, so that it can become a 2,500 pound steer one day. Got to get to that point, right? But what type of sense do it make? Well, let me go back a little bit. It's basically a cow's hormone.
Right.
That's what milk is. So what sense do it make for a grown tail man, a woman, or even a child to drink a cow's hormone when they have human hormones? When that causes a hormonal imbalance, because those two hormones are not compatible. So what happens is with the body, when you consume dairy in any form, whether it be ice cream, whether it be cheese, or whether it be milk, whether it be lactose intolerance, right? Still coming from the cow. But when you consume this product inside your body instantly starts to produce mucus. You know why? Because it's trying to push it outside of the body. It's a foreign substance. It's causing instant inflammation within the body.
And Dr. Sebi preaches against mucus, right?
Yep. Well, what it is, mucus is a natural occurring process within the body. You are supposed to produce mucus. It's fine to produce it. The issue is when you begin to overproduce it. It smothers out the oxygen in the cells. You know, it's hard for the cells to reproduce so that you can grow healthier cells when your body is full of mucus, right? So if you're full of mucus, then overall, it's nothing that your body can do but be inflamed or not have a lot of energy, right? Or be sick. You gotta eat foods that are anti-inflammatory. So you look at inflammation, you look at acidic, then you look at mucus. You can tie them all together. If you are consuming a diet, which we talked about, the standard American diet, if it's acidic, then it's gonna make your body be inflamed, then you're gonna produce mucus to try to push out anything that's causing the harm.
Boy, you
Make
schooling
sense?
me, man.
It makes sense though, right?
Yeah, it do. Perfect sense. Oh man. So with what type of at Herbal Blessings, when clients are coming in, what do you see most of? Like, what are they requesting? A herb for what particular ailment, or what are most people looking for when they come to the shop, or are they looking to be educated on the spot?
So, Herbal Blessings is very unique space. We call it the Herbal Blessings experience. And reason being is because we got a lot of people that may go to the hospital, they go to the doctor, and then they come back and then they say, well, I just got diagnosed with diabetes, or I just got diagnosed with cancer, or high blood pressure, or endometriosis, whatever the issue may be. None of them really ever asked the doctor, well, how did this happen? What caused me to do this?
Right.
What was I doing to get in this position? All they know is the doctor said, hey, we got this prescription, we're going to put you on, or we're going to put you on chemo, or we're going to put you on metformin, or whatever the situation is. But nobody asked the question, why did I get this way, and how can I not, be this way moving forward? It's just take the medication, right? But at Herbal Blessings, what we do is we like to treat the whole person. We like to get down to the foundation of why you are in this condition right now. We ask certain questions about your diet. The number one question I like to ask a person, and they look at me crazy, I like, did you poop today? Did I poop today? And then they go to looking off like this. If you look off like that, I know that's your problem.
Right.
Your problem is you're constipated. And what most people don't understand is your immune cells, 70% of them are found right in your gut, which means that if you are not pooping every day, you're literally full of poop, right? And I don't know if I can curse, but
You do whatever, bro.
you
Yeah.
literally, we throw
Full
the
of
term
shit.
around. Yeah, we say it all the time. We be talking to our people. We like, man, you full of shit.
Yeah.
But no, we real, like, bro, over half of the people is literally full of shit and walking around with it in their body. Those chemicals and those toxins from that waste that you're supposed to remove, you absorb those chemicals and toxins back into your bloodstream through your small intestine. But we continue consuming that diet, right? That has no fiber. Your digestive system needs fiber and water to break down food. I got people come through that don't drink no water, right? And then they wonder why they constipated.
Right.
You full of shit. All your energy and everything is tied right here. So they say that this is your first brain, but sometimes I beg to differ. This might be your first brain, because if this ain't right, your gut ain't right, shit, this ain't gonna be right. You ever had to go to the bathroom and couldn't go? How that made you feel?
Yeah, what is going on with me?
You know what I mean? So, I get a lot of people, it don't matter what the situation is, like whatever your ailment is, whatever you're taking the medication from, we can assist.
Are you familiar with the process of kidney stones? Do you get that deep? Like, can that occur from foods that you eat?
Oh, definitely. It can definitely occur.
I want to run something by you, and I don't care. Hopefully it can help somebody else. Man, about 3 nights ago, and I consider myself pretty healthy. I drink water. I can't leave that bacon alone, but I'm almost there. But anyway, I was having some excruciating pain, like right here towards the side of my back, like in this area. And I'm talking about on the floor trying to get some relief. And I don't know. And I was having urinary problems as well. So I thought it was gonna be like some UTI type stuff, where I felt like I had to go to the bathroom, but it was only little coming out. But it mainly felt like I still had pee left in the head after I was done. Man, out of nowhere, mouth started watering, I got nauseous, and I threw up like heavy. But after that, all the symptoms disappeared. Somebody told me, I got a nurse friend, she said I possibly passed a kidney stone without even knowing it, but I mean, I'm so green about the whole issue, like, I just wondering what that sound like to you.
I mean, it could be a mineral deposits, and yeah, you could have passed a kidney stone, because they can be as small as a pebble. Hell, they can be as big as a stone. I mean, a big rock. You know what I mean? It's just, and those, of course, you're not gonna pass them. You know what I mean? Right. You gotta get those surgically removed, but it's definitely the diet. You want to make sure that you get you some herbs that are going to help with breaking down those deposits so that you can pass them naturally. And if you break them down small enough, then you'll pass them, you won't even know it. You know what I mean? But it's definitely some of your diet. And also, it's just your body trying to tell you it's time for a detox. You know what I mean? Like, I tell everybody, if you give me 21 days, you give yourself 21 days, plant-based, of course, without that bacon. You know what I'm saying? Let me get you cleaned out, man. Let me show you how to clean yourself out naturally. Then you will start to see over a period of time, being consistently with it, man, you won't have any of those symptoms.
Now, is Meals That Heal in correlation with Herbal Blessings?
You better believe it. So when I started Herbal Blessings and I had so many people with different ailments that were food related or caused by food, I would recommend that they not consume these foods. And then the first question they would ask me, well, what am I gonna eat then? And me and my wife, shout out to my wife Yasmin Gabriel.
Shout out Queen.
Definitely, the chief financial officer and the matriarch of the Herbal Blessings family. Man, I tell you, she definitely helped us to get where we are today. You know what I mean? And so, it's crazy. I lost my train of thought when I started thinking about it. Because I mean, just an amazing person, man, to help us get where we are today. Tell me that question one more time, because that's the power. That's the power of that queen. I ain't gonna even lie, man. That's that power. Look, she just. I
make you lose your whole train of thought.
I ain't lying, man.
I think I was asking you
about Meals That Heal.
Correlation.
Meals That Heal. Meals That Heal.
Yeah.
So with me and my wife traveling a lot and everywhere we go, man, we're a plant-based family. We don't consume any meat, any dairy, no fast food, no processed food. We don't even have a microwave in the house.
Wow.
And my son, he's 4. He's plant-based. Never had any white sugar. Never had any meat, any of this. Right.
Wow.
We got our new daughter is to be 3 months, and next Wednesday. Of course, she's on the same path. But us traveling, we have all these options wherever we go. New Orleans, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Even when we go out the country, we got all these options, plant-based, vegan options that we can eat. But when we get back home, it's like, well, what we gonna eat? And so we cook at home, and we definitely took our recipes that we made at home, and then we put them inside the restaurant so that people can have another option within the city.
Dope. Do y'all do prepping?
We're working on prepping right now, but because of, with the whole pandemic and employee staffing shortages and things of this sort, I don't want to put too much more on the people that I do have there. But coming soon, we definitely will be having the meal prepping. We do cold plates, every night, like we put food in the refrigerator, so people come and pull up and get them, they take them home. We recommend you put them in the oven, but people love their microwave, you know what I mean? So, they pop them in the microwave or the oven, and its food is just as good as when we first made it.
Dope. Key to the City podcast, got my kinfolk, Eric T. Collins in the building with us. Do you think all illnesses can be cured by natural remedies?
Man, yeah, bro. I really do. Well,
HIV.
Listen, your body is amazing. The Creator made your body amazing. Your Creator actually made the body to repair itself. But the key to the city, the key is...
Drop it.
You hear me?
Come on.
You must create an environment that's conducive for repairing and healing inside of the body. Meaning that if you are consuming the correct foods that are giving your body the nutrients and the minerals that it's made of, right? The body's made up of 102 minerals. And the right vitamins that it needs in order for it to thrive, then the body's gonna naturally repair itself. The herbs that don't do nothing but assist your body with doing what it's naturally created to do. So I do believe that when you consume more of an alkaline diet, when your body is more so oxygen filled, then your body can do what it's supposed to do.
And you ain't got to get too deep into it, but I'm sure like a lot of people in the hip hop community probably became more aware of Dr. Sebi when Nip Hussle was still on the earth, because he was a big proponent of him. The case involving him curing AIDS,
Mm-hmm.
he actually won that case, right?
Yeah, he won.
And he proved that he cured it.
He proved it.
So I think I agree with y'all as well. As long as like you said, the space is conducive enough to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. I think one thing my audience would want to know is, give us an example of a daily meal plan. Just one day they can start off with, what can I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even snacks in between that give me all the nutrients I need, and I still want it to taste good a little bit now.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm plant-based, bro. I start my morning out with fruit.
Okay.
I definitely start my morning out with water, tea, and fruit. Reason why is because if you look at the term breakfast, if you break down that term breakfast, it's break fast.
Mhm.
I'm breaking my fast, which meaning that I was fasting when I was resting when I went to sleep that night.
Yeah.
When I was fasting and when I was sleeping, my body was actually repairing itself and preparing to release the waste from the day before.
Yes.
So you should wake up energized, you go to the bathroom, you drop that poop,
Mhm.
you get up, you go drink you some water, drink you some tea, then you eat you some fruit. Why would you go and eat the bacon, the sausage, the white grits, the eggs? That stuff is heavy.
Mhm.
The eggs, we already know, is basically chicken menstrual cycle.
What?
I mean, I'm gonna break it
Yeah.
down to y'all. Y'all got me. I'm gonna let y'all know because
Yeah.
if a chicken lay an egg and then the egg fertilized, she sit on the egg. 8 weeks later, it hatch. It turns to a baby chicken.
Mhm.
But if she lay the egg and then the farmer come and get the egg and put it in the carton, that's a chicken menstrual cycle. It ain't no different from a female's menstrual cycle. When she's on her cycle, she's getting rid of waste and unused eggs. So the chicken egg is waste and unused hormones. So we consuming those hormones in the morning, right? Then we like to get our hog's ass with our bacon, right? Smells amazing, man. This is what we do when we first get up and we wonder why we be tired as hell all day.
Okay.
Right? And then we go and get them white grits that they took and they processed it and they took out all the fiber and all the natural nutrients, they processed it to turn it white.
Mhm.
Why they want to turn it white? We know, right?
Mhm.
So this is our breakfast that we start out with. Why would I break my fast with something that's harsh on my body when my body has just woken up, right? It needs to be rebooted like a computer.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's trying to get there, but then I'm eating, so I'm going to eat fruit to start it out because that's going to give me,
Okay.
it's going to have me alert. For lunch, it depends. You can do your biggest meal of the day for lunch or you can do it later part of the day. Like today for lunch, I had Creole pasta with mushrooms and zucchini and squash.
Mhm.
I had some cabbage, and I had some okra gumbo,
Mm.
all plant-based, and
Sounds
very
good.
tasty, very tasty. And I usually don't eat that meal until later in the day because I'm running.
Mhm.
The first thing I usually eat is a salad. You can put whatever you want to put on your salad. I like the way vegetables taste, so I really don't even use a whole lot of, you don't.
Dressing?
Yeah, for what? I love the way vegetables taste, but you can use some of your your lighter dressings. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But for the most part, that salad for lunch, and then for dinner, like the pecan spaghetti that I make. Chef Eric T's pecan spaghetti is amazing. Tastes like the real thing. You would never know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The coconut cream corn. You know what I mean? Like, ain't got no dairy in it. You would think that it had all the stuff that grandmama used to make.
Yeah.
It tastes, if not better, you know what I'm saying? Some grannies out there will beg to differ, but
Yeah.
you know, and that would be a day for me. You know what I'm saying? But if you're fasting, I would definitely say get your fruit in the morning, get your tea. And if you are looking to reversing the condition 21 days for fasting, you want to eat as many vegetables as possible.
What can we do juice-wise? Because a lot of, we think we drinking healthy, but it should be loaded with sugar. So are there any natural, I know sugar's in natural fruit, but how can we still get some taste in our liquid?
Well, first off, you want to read them labels, like you said, because it's a lot of added sugars. You know, you got your sucrose and your dextrose and all these trose and crose. If they got crose or drose, all that is some bullshit. Just gonna be honest with you. Don't even put it in your basket. If at all, if you can invest in a juicer, if you can juice your own juice, that would be your best out. It's a brand. I really can't remember the name of it. I apologize, but I buy it for my son. He likes apple juice. It ain't got nothing in it. It's just pure apple juice. And no added. If it say added this, added that, then you don't really want it, because I mean it's gonna. First off, it got sugar in it, but it has some of the worst forms of sugar that you can consume because it's been processed. And so if you can invest in your own juicer, that would help out a lot.
I'm glad you brought up a little man. I got 2 young boys and an older son, but what we giving the kids? Plant-based, what we giving the kids? Mine on some bullshit, man. I know they eating a lot of processed shit, and I would prefer to do better. So if you just school me right quick as far as what you giving the kids.
Well, it's when it comes to the kids, man. The kids gonna do what you lead, what they see you do. You know, you gotta learn how to introduce certain things to them and make it cool.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you make it like it's a punishment, then of course they're gonna go the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? Meatless Mondays are dope. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go on my website and get the pecan meat spaghetti recipe. Right? You can give it to them. They won't even know the difference. If they eat spaghetti, you give them this right here. Matter of fact, when you get a chance, if you can come by tomorrow, I got you a plate.
Okay.
Yeah, because we serve pecan meat spaghetti tomorrow. And it's just finding fun ways to introduce certain things to them. You know what I mean? Of course, they used to a certain type of thing, so it's addiction. Sugar is the #1 drug known to man. It's more addictive than heroin. It's more addictive than crack, cocaine. I don't care what it is. It's more addictive than all of these things, right? If you go on my mobile app, there is a study where they had rats, and they gave them sugar water, and they gave them cocaine water. And they tasted both of them, and then they took it away from them. And when they gave it back to them, the rat went to the sugar water.
Damn.
So of course, and then you got to think about when we have our young children that bodies are not as developed as ours, it hits them a bit more harsh. So you know, it's just all about taking things and adding things. You know what I'm saying? You want to take some of the stuff that they're used to and put something in place that's healthier, but it still tastes amazing too, and be as consistent as possible.
This man smart as hell, bro. Last question, man. What made you want to put the location on the historic Farish Street? It's going through some revitalization, and I think in a few years, man, it'll be back booming. And you're already, one of the first that's down there. Was it intentional or what?
Oh, it was definitely intentional. I used to be vice president of Respect Our Black Dollars, a nonprofit here in the city.
I remember that, yeah.
And it was just me wanting to be a part of the change that I wanted to see. You know what I mean? And I used to, in my rounds, man, I used to always, go through downtown Jackson. And I would come, because I got this thing about downtowns. Now, when I go out the city, when I go to other states, man, I love Skyline, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm the same way, yeah.
It's like 50. It's a big, rich town. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that feeling I get, man.
You feel motivated, inspired,
bro.
yeah.
And so when I come back through, I always made my effort to come down Farish Street. And when I would ride down Farish Street, I could see the people. I could see the bustling businesses. You know what I mean? I could feel the energy. of what it meant, and just like it was, you know, back in its heyday. And so I would visualize me having a business, you know, on Farish Street. You know, me being a positive influence and bringing people back to Farish Street. And so I asked my wife, I was like, hey, I want to open an herbal shop. I want to open it on Farish Street. And classic Yasmin fashion, she didn't say nothing. And she came back 5 minutes later. She was like, okay. And when she gave me the okay, I was like, all right, shit, you know, full speed ahead, man. You know, I was telling people, you know how they say, don't tell people what you're going to do?
Yeah.
I tell everybody, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna show you. Not that I'm trying to be big headed, but I'm like, hey, I'm excited, I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? And I want somebody to be excited too.
Right.
I didn't get that excitement, you know, that I wanted, but it didn't make me mad. It made me more motivated. People was like, well, why you gonna open it on Farish Street? You know, why you wanna go out north? I'm like, hell, why not? It's our street. You know what I'm saying? The history there. You know, the fact that was the only place that we could go and shop. We couldn't go on Capitol Street. You had people from all over the state will come right to this one street so that they could barter, so that they can get their hair cut, so that they can go to the doctor, so they can go to the pharmacist. You understand what I'm saying? And so why would I not want to restore that sense of pride? You know, why would I not want to bring people back to Farish Street? And that was my goal, and we have been successful with doing so. We purchased the building that we're in, that used to be our building. Used to be our building, but then it changed hands to white ownership. We purchased the building back from them, and now we own an almost 8,000 square foot building on the corner of Church and Farish Street.
That's how you buy back the block. That's how you buy back the block. Y'all get out and support the business. Herbal Blessings, Meals That Heal. How can they keep up with you, follow you? Give them the address to Herbal Blessings. All your social medias.
614 North Farish Street, Herbal Blessings. 612 Meals That Heal. Also, my tenant, the oldest black bookstore in America, 616 North Farish Street, Marshall's Bookstore. Man, y'all come down and see us. Come and get your Herbal Blessings experience. Also, you can follow us on IG _Herbal Blessings, Facebook, Herbal Blessings as well. You can go to Meals That Heal 601 on IG to get that daily menu. You can go to my website, mealsthatheal601.com. You know, I got to put the 601.
Everything.
Herbal Blessings 601.com to place your orders. We're doing curbside orders if you don't want to get out. But you can, man, listen, you can even hit us up with any ailment, whatever you're suffering from. Do not be afraid. Ask questions. If you ain't pooping, man, you need to holler at me, okay? We are the Poop Patrol, and we're going to get you shitting daily.
I love it.
Yep.
Y'all heard it. Make sure y'all support this black king and queen. They definitely doing their thing, buying back the block, and also trying to save us as a people, man. Do that good. You understand that? So y'all make sure y'all support. This has been another episode of Key to the City podcast. He is your king, Eric T. Collins. I'm your country kinfolk, Keone G, Mr. Key to the City. Peace, love, blessings. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.